YouTube podcast world. What's up, family? You already know the name, Pays and Plays podcast here, man. Giving y'all week 15, almost towards the end of the regular season. We'll give you a brief recap from last week, man. 1 and 2 in best bets. Yes, I don't lie. I don't hide it. Let's start with the two L's. Buffalo, they lost. That was a good game though. Josh Allen found a way to try to make this team. I mean, I gotta charge that to the game, bro. I'm not even mad about that one. The Browns, though, I had that +7. Come on, man. Jameis, famous Jameis, bro. Throwing dumb picks. Kicker can't kick field goals from 20 yards away. You can't make it up, man. So that happens. Dolphins -5.5. I'm glad I got at 5.5. They happened to win in overtime against the Jets. Why did they even have to go to overtime against the Jets? I don't know, but it happened. So 1 and 2 overall, making it 37, 16, and 3 is the best bets. Three pushes. If people are wondering what that three means, the last losing week we had was in October 6th. So 2 months ago was the last time I had a bad record for a week. Other than that, bro, we've been rolling. I mean, it's either going to be 50-50 or you win. I'm winning more than one game. All right. So this is the first losing week. It's okay. It happens. Uh, but we don't dwell on the past. It's a new week. Let's start with Thursday night football. Thursday night football, we got the LA Rams traveling to San Francisco, take on the 49ers. 49ers 2.5 point favorites. I lean towards the Rams to win and cover. Bro, there's no science to these Thursday night games, man. And division game. I mean, from what the Rams win against the Bills, would that even correlate to the 49ers one? I don't know. That 49ers game the last time they played against each other was all over the place. So I expect the same thing, bro. McVay, Shanahan, both of these guys know one another. Remember, I told you guys last week to take the running back props for the 49ers running back. I don't even know his name like that. His name was like Greco, whatever the hell his fucking name is. But he had 74 yards. So see, this is what I'm saying. Like that system. I think you gotta go over their attempts of running, whoever the running backs is for the 49ers. Just keep going over on the rush attempts, maybe the yards, bro. Because if it's anywhere between 40 and 50, I not on this Shanahan team. It's gonna be a run first team anyway. Next game, you got the Washington Commanders at New Orleans taking on the Saints. Saints +7 point underdogs. I take Saints to cover, Commanders to win. Uh I mean, not too much science, bro. I mean, I really don't know. 7 points is a lot for the Commanders. Where Jesus, I don't really know, bro. I'm gonna say this: if you do like the Commanders at 7, put that in a 7 point teaser. Call it a day. That's like my suggestion if you're going to pick the Commanders. I don't like +7, especially I don't like -7 for the Commanders, knowing you gotta go to New Orleans, knowing it can be a tight game. It should it probably be a tight game? Probably not. But the fact that it might be a tight game because it is in New Orleans, that just kind of tells me to stay away from it. Next game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Tennessee Titans. Titans 4.5 point underdogs. Give me the Bengals to win and cover. Slight concerns, though. Slight concerns. So here's my thing, man. So the Bengals have really covered. Do you think I don't really think they should have covered last night? And why I say this is because I don't think their approach was to throw a touchdown. I think their approach was to let's get a first down, get some yards, and drain the clock. It just so happened that Jamar Chase broke out, or at least the Simpson. If you were watching the Simpsons version, I watched both, so I was kind of getting a feeling of both of them. Uh, so yeah, I don't think they were trying to cover, but they did. Now the Titans, I told people last week, do not mess with this Titans Jags game. How many people listened? I don't think many, but you should see how that went. I just think when I see 4.5, I think we just know one team is usually the way better team. The only thing that cautions me is this Brian Callahan, not Bill. Brian Callahan came from Cincinnati. And you guys know how I look at that I don't think I need to explain that no more. You guys already know on this channel what do I mean when a former coach is from he knows everything about Zach Taylor. That's just all I'm going to say. He knows about Joe Burrow. So I guess if you want to touch this game, touch it. But the reason why I'm not touching it because none of these teams are going to be in the playoffs anyway, and it's not a relevant game to me. Next game, we got the Miami Dolphins traveling to H-Town to take on the Texans. Texans 2.5 point favorites. Upset alert right here. I'm going with Miami to win and cover. But I don't think that's the best bet. The best bet would be the total. I would take the over. If you got it at 47, take it at 47. I've seen some at 47 and a half. I still will make it playable, but I think points will be scored in this game, both sides. I expect it to be about a 28-24 game. I mean, we see how fast Miami was able to move the ball down the field on the Jets, right? Houston having a little bit of issues, a little bit of a slump, but Houston, the reason why I think this total goes over, Miami plays soft coverage, bro. And I saw Aaron Rodgers damn near have a 300-yard game, and I ain't seen that all year. You know, they play this soft coverage. They pull everybody back. So it's easy to throw underneath plays. And honestly, I will look at Joe Mixon receiving yard props because I think the running backs will have an opportunity to catch the ball out the backfield going against Miami. And like I said, you know Miami with Tyreek Hill, Waddle. I mean, Jonnu Smith showed out in overtime. I mean, we know about 18. Both teams will score. We know both teams have offenses. It's just that which defense is going to probably be the worst defense between the two. I will lean towards Miami. I think Miami will win because it has to be a shootout. If they don't score points back and forth, I don't think they have a chance to win this game. So I do like the over 47. Um, I've been monitoring some books, so I haven't took it as an official bet yet because I've been seeing some books is juicing towards the under. So I'm waiting to see what that line is going to be. But this is a borderline best bet for me, the over total. Next game, we got the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Browns plus 4.5 point underdogs. Browns to cover. You will hope. Chiefs to win. I mean, how many times do I explain about Chiefs games? I saw last Sunday night. My Chargers bet was this close to winning until that fucking kick. So, um, yeah, that's just how I look at this game. I say it every week. Whoever plays the Chiefs, they cover, Chiefs win. And I mean, I hope you've been following, bro, because I don't see nobody covering with the Chiefs until it's the playoffs. Once playoffs come, I think we take the Chiefs on the spreads. Next game, we got the Dallas Cowgirls at Charlotte to take on the Panthers. Panthers 1.5 point favorites. Panthers to win and cover. I think it's, you know what? I want to say Panthers to win and cover, but I'm gonna flip that right back. Give me the Cowboys to win and cover. I mean, listen, I like what Bryce Young has been doing. I just think this game right here, listen, they just need to stay in the top five, right? Panthers are 3-10. Just stay in the top five in the draft at this point. We know Bryce Young is going to be QB1. Bryce Young alone started what the 3 yard line and almost made a game-winning drive if Xavier Legette didn't drop that pass. So I mean, he's QB1. Just get some more pieces, bro. That's all I'm looking at with this team. Cowboys. I mean, I don't even have an excuse to vouch for them. Like this is what I'm saying. A lot of these games towards the end of this year, end of the year, is not going to be relevant because I think about Micah Parsons storming off the field and disbelief. And I understand it because hell, they did have an opportunity to possibly win that game if it wasn't for that fluke shit that happened on that punt. So I don't know if they're really done, but then the Panthers, I don't think they're trying to win. I think they want to be competitive, but I don't know if they're trying to win, bro. And why is the Panthers even being the favorite in any goddamn game? That's really how I'm wondering. But when it's the dumbass, trash ass Cowgirls, it's no shocker, right? Next game, you got the New York Jets traveling to Duval to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars plus 3.5 point underdogs. Correction, underdogs. Give me the Jags to cover with the 3.5. Give me the Jets to win. I don't even feel confident about. I mean, how many times I've been telling you about the Jets, bro? Jets were up. Listen, for the last couple weeks, right? Jets were up 14 against the Seahawks. Blew that game. They were up 8 against Miami. Blew that game. I don't know, bro. Mac Jones, for some reason, since he's been playing for Trevor Lawrence, has been balling. I mean, he's been covering spreads since he's been playing. So I want people to be alert. Okay. I know some people put shit on parlays and they don't even know about the teams. This Jags team, I will say, has been covering. They haven't won. Well, they did win last week. There's a reason why I tell people to stay away from games like that. It being in Duval County, I just don't, man. Listen, like you would think the Jets to win and cover this game, bro, but like I say it's coaching. I've been saying it, and it proves my point about this Jets team. Once Salah left, there was no elite coaching on that team, and it shows, bro. It shows in so many plays because the Jets should have easily won that game last week to Miami, and they gave Miami that game to win. So you know. Jets is the better team, but if you ask me who's the better quarterback between two right now, Mac Jones has been covering, bro. So I will say this is an upset alert, even though they're both trash teams and they're both teams in the top 10 in the drive. Stay away from this game. Please listen to me like I told y'all last week. Stay away from this game. Next game, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the New York Giants. Giants plus 14 and a half point underdogs. You gotta go. You gotta go with Ravens to win and cover. This Giants team, bro, is this guy awful on offense, bro. Now who did they drive? Is it Cam Ward or Shador? I don't know. Because the crazy part with the Giants too, Giants don't really do black quarterbacks. I'm going to say it out loud because it's the truth, but they haven't, bro. You look at their history, they only had two black quarterbacks, and that was Geno Smith and Tyrod Taylor, and that's within the last what 4 to 5 seasons that's happened. So anyway, though, I think the under will be a good play in this game, but I expect a lot of run prop. I'm probably gonna go aim at run props for Derrick Henry. Maybe his attempts. I don't know too much about his rushing yards yet, but maybe his attempts. I see him just honestly handing the ball off, bro. It's gonna be a get in, get it out situation for this game because this game here is dog shit, bro. Next game, you got the Indianapolis Colts at the Denver Broncos. Broncos 4.5 point favorites. Broncos to win and cover. This is a relevant game to a degree because both teams are fighting for a wild card spot. So this is a relevant game. I just look at who's the better team, the better coaching. I'm going to say Denver. I respect what Steichen does on offense. I think this is a situation for Anthony Richardson where if they don't run the ball like they usually do, I don't see how they win this game. I think that altitude, that home, that all right, listen, I think Denver has one of the real home field advantages because you are out in that altitude. It's going to be cold. It's not a dome like how we see Colts, usually play kind of well in. It's not in that situation. Sean Payton has had these boys rolling for the Broncos, and you can score on this damn Colts team, bro, on defense. It's not like it's impossible. It may not, I think the under may be damn near a good play. I don't know where it is off the top of my head, but if it's anywhere around 42, 43, I would consider taking the under because I do think the Colts will find a way to struggle. That's just how I look at it. Next game, we got the New England Patriots at the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals 5.5 point favorites. I'm going with the Patriots to win. No, Patriots to cover. Correction. Patriots to cover, Cardinals to win. I saw this at 6.5 like last night. So the lines will be fluctuating a lot. So if you see 6.5, I would nudge my nose if you take New England at 6.5, right? This Cardinals team, every year towards this part of the year, they start fading away, right? Shout out to my over total with the Seahawks win. They clinched it last week against this team, and I mean, I don't. I mean, listen, bro. This Patriots team are they good? No, but my question is, what do they have to lose? They got a right. They don't need a tank like other teams are. They got a quarterback. So I think as long as Drake May is there, he's going to make a few plays here and there that may change the whole trajectory of this game. I'm not saying Kyler Murray won't make an impact too, but you can run on this Patriots defense. And that is the thing I look at with this game against the Cardinals. Next game, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to LA to take on the Chargers. Chargers 2.5 point favorites. Make this the best bet. I got the Chargers to win and cover. Chargers to win and cover. And the narrative is going was what I'm about to say from Tampa to LA. That is the thing. Yes, I know Baker played at SoFi Stadium with the Rams. I know he's done it. The whole team hasn't done it though. And I think the after the Chargers losing that game to the Chiefs the way they did, I know Jim Harbaugh's fucking pissed. I know he wants to make an impression. And he will make an impression in this game. You got to salute to this Bucs team. They won three in a row ever since losing that game to Kansas City. You got to salute them to that. They deserve it. But this one, Chargers is just simply a better team overall, in my opinion. Even without the J.K. Dobbins, well, we don't know. I think he's going to be week to week now for the rest of the year to the playoffs. But I just see this defense dominating them. Listen, I like Mike Evans, but you can kind of contain Mike Evans to a degree, right? If they do the similar game plan like how they did with Kelsey, with Derwin James, if Derwin James is roaming around where he's at, I mean, I can see Evans is going to get his, as Evans is going to get his, but I think that's really the base of their offense because the running backs, I mean, Bucky Irvin, I don't think he's playing this game. Rashad White had a good game, but if we talk about against the Raiders, though, so I mean, who hasn't had a good game against the Raiders? So I really like this 2.5, and this would clinch the last win Cecil prop I have for the Chargers. Seahawks have already won it. Bears are going under. We just need the Chargers, and that'll be a 3-0 clean sweep on the NFL season win total. So, Chargers make this the best bet for me. Chargers minus 2.5. Next game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles 5.5 point favorites. Eagles to win and cover, but you know what I'm about to say, right? Take the Steelers in the spread first quarter. I told you guys to do this last week against the Panthers. The Panthers were up by 3 points. This trend has been the thing. You can win money off this trend. Philly does not start hot first quarter. So if you don't want Pittsburgh to win, if you don't want to do the money line first quarter on Pittsburgh, just take the spread. All right, and you will be pretty okay. And then you can fuck around and pick the Eagles to cover the rest of the game because that's just what they do. I don't know the mindset about it, but that's what they do. And eventually, Granddaddy Russ just has to get exposed, bro. Like he's been playing good football, but I feel like when you got good field position, bro, it's kind of easy to just do what you got to do. So I mean, I gotta give him that. Will Pickens play? I think Pickens will be playing. So that's also a thing you have to add into it too. So. I would lean towards, like I said, Pittsburgh in the first quarter spread, but I still think Philly wins and cover the whole game, though. Next game, we got the Buffalo Bills at the Detroit Lions. Lions 1.5 point favorites. I'm leaning towards Bills to win and cover. This is the fact that they are an underdog. I listen. The Lions, the last 2 weeks have been what you call lucky. And people are going to say, no, they're not lucky. Oh. But come on now. Come on now. This is, and I know Detroit fans are huge and big now because they're winning. And I expect a lot of biased shit because people are biased, bro. I'm a Packer fan, and when I say the Packers are trash, I'm not being fucking biased. So I can alert when my team is trash. This team defense, other than Zadarius Smith, no one's coming to attack the quarterback, and that's really the problem I see in this game. You know, Bills. The one thing you know about the Bills, they can run the ball and they play defense. And I mean, I know everyone's going to say that Rams game may exposed. Eh, a little bit. But I mean, that's also an East Coast team traveling to the West Coast. Now they're in a place where they're familiar with because I tell people all the time about how Detroit and Buffalo, as far as NFL wise, have a relationship. So they pretty much I don't see too much of a problem. Home field advantage will be a thing for the Lions to a degree, but If people aren't aware, Bill's Mafia fans travel. I remember Thanksgiving a couple years ago when I was walking around downtown Detroit before Thanksgiving Wednesday, and you saw nothing but Bills fans walking around. So they do come in packs. So if it feels like a subpar neutral game, don't be surprised. But Josh Allen right now is looking like MVP, and I think the reason why they win the game is because of Josh Allen. It's just, I mean, when it comes to when it matters, I think it will be him. Now, I'm not saying the run game against the Bills is going to be a problem because you can't run the Bills. I just think the Lions' they front seven, the lack of the front seven to me is what I think will be a problem. The secondary is kind of okay, but it's really going to be that front seven, bro. If that front seven can't cause any pressure on Josh Allen, I don't see how they win this game, honestly. Next game, we got the Green Bay Packers traveling to Seattle. This is a Sunday night football game, by the way. They play the Seahawks. Seahawks +3. I got Seahawks to cover, Packers to win. Not a lot of science about this one. I mean, they're kind of in the same situation with the Bills, by the way. Back-to-back road games. Take it how you want to take it. I mean, I don't really know about this game. I don't have to bet this game. For one, Packers, you don't bet your team if you don't know anything that you have some type of lean towards. In Seattle, I've already got what I needed out of them. I got 8 wins out of this year for them. So I will probably be watching this game somewhere. I don't know where, but I'll probably be watching it. And yeah, it'll be a good game. I think the over under is like 46. I will lean over, but you know, when it comes to this Packers defense, bro, I do think they are a little vulnerable. But for the Seahawks, the question is Kenneth Walker going to play? I know Zach Carbonet had a great game against Arizona, but you're going to need Walker in a game against the Packers too. Next game, well, we got 2 games left. Both games is Monday Night Football games, and then that'll be wrapped for this video. We got the Chicago Bears, the Bears traveling to Minnesota, take on the Vikings. Vikings +7. -7, correction. Vikings -7. I go Vikings to win, Bears to cover. I just think they played better from that San Fran game. I don't know if they win this game. I don't know what the Bears are doing at this point. Yeah, this game stinks. I will go Vikings to win though. And by the way, I had saw something that did catch my eye yesterday. So if you was to pick the Packers, Lions, and Vikings, right? Just those 3 teams from the NFC North. If you picked $100 on them every game, you'd be up about close to $1,300 just off picking those games throughout the season with them. Just a thought. I don't really care for the Bears, like I said, but at this point, do you just say we just say fuck it? Do we? I mean, because the Bears aren't. This is what I'm saying. This is a worse week because a lot of these games aren't relevant. We can just kind of be cold cut clear about it. They're not relevant. If you're picking these games, you're picking these teams that are in a playoff mix, thinking they win the game and keep pushing. So I see the Vikings win this game and just keeping it pushing, bro. And lastly, we got the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Vegas to take on the Raiders. Raiders +4.5 point underdogs. Make this the best bet, baby. I'm going with the Falcons to win and cover. Now, y'all know last week I switched it up when I said Falcons and Vikings, and I switched and said, hold on, I'm going Vikings instead. It made it work out for people, but listen, Kirk Cousins was slinging that goddamn rock. I think he does the same thing against this Raiders team. You're talking about Desmond Ritter. People know how much I hate Desmond Ritter. He is so trash to me, and I'm going to fade him just because of that too. I don't care that he's playing the Falcons again. What is he doing? Nothing. All right. He can't even, bro. Only thing he does is throw these little 3 yard dinky dinks to running backs, bro. It's not like he's trying to push the ball down the field. I at least know I could trust Kirk Cousins that if he see Kyle Pitts open, he could take a chance on him. He could take a chance on Drake London. The running game is there. And with the Raiders, I think we've now seen that we know they're tanking. Oh, we know they're tanking for that guy with the last name Sanders. We definitely know that's the thing now. So yeah, man, we're making Atlanta the best bet. So as of right now, I got Atlanta -4.5. I have the Chargers -2.5. And I do lean towards the over of the Texans and Dolphins at 47. Monitoring that number though. I think it may drop down a little bit. If it drops to like 46, I'm curious on taking that. But as always, guys, like the content, pass the word around, man. Sub to the channel if you come in and view it, man. Welcome. We win every week, right? I at least got y'all one game last week. So the first bad week since October 6th. So two months and some change since then, we've had a bad week. So as always, man, let's get this money out here, man, and let's be safe.